Perfectionism sounds like a strength, but in reality, it is one of the biggest silent killers of your progress. You're not stuck because you're lazy. You're stuck because you're trying to be perfect. And here's the truth. Perfectionism doesn't lead to success. It leads to procrastination, paralysis, and self-hatred. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how perfectionism is destroying all of your momentum and how to kill it before it kills you. Because I am somebody who was a former perfectionist. I now classify myself as an anti-perfectionist, but I was somebody who, whenever I wanted to do something, I would want it to do it. Oh. Good heavens. Take two. Whenever I was wanting to do something, I would want to do it perfectly. Oh my God. Pause. Whenever I wanted to do something, I would try to do it perfectly. And as a result, I either wouldn't do it at all, or the second something went wrong, I would completely spiral and just lose all of my momentum and all of my progress. Perfectionism and trying to be perfect is a killer. It will destroy you if you let it. Don't let it happen to you. In this video, I'm going to help you. We're going to go through the reasons why it's bad and how to not fall into the perfectionism trap, which too many people do. What is perfectionism? We need to define it clearly and specifically so we can demystify it and understand what it is we're looking at. Perfectionism is not having high standards, like a lot of people think it is. Perfectionism is the fear of not being good enough in disguise. That's what people don't get. People think that being a perfectionist is about having high standards and being a high achiever and trying to do everything amazingly. That's bullshit. That is not what perfectionism is. Perfectionism is about control, fear, ego, and identity. It stems from a belief that if it's not perfect, I won't be loved, respected, or safe. Which obviously just hearing that out loud just sounds completely fucking ridiculous. Because as human beings, we are fundamentally imperfect beings. That's the whole point. Perfectionism equals I must not fail versus a positive, optimistic, growth-oriented mindset, which would be I learn by failing. And you start to see now how perfectionism might be holding you back, because if it's just stemming from a fear of failure, it means you're never going to actually go out and try stuff and learn stuff and get better at things. Perfectionism is simply insecurity disguised as ambition. This is a really big problem we've made, is that we have almost pedestalized and glorified being a perfectionist as a positive quality when it's not. It's a fucking horrible quality. It's terrible. Being a perfectionist is fucking awful for you, for everybody around. It only leads to negative results. And all it is just a projection of your own insecurities and fear of failure and fear of rejection being projected outwards as, oh, I have high standards. I want to do everything super well. No, you're just a massive pussy. You're just a massive pussy. I want to talk to you a bit about my story with perfectionism because, as stated before, I would actually describe it as I'm a recovering perfectionist. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I used to overthink so much shit. I would overthink in my workouts, like going to the gym. I would overthink social situations, even school projects. I was a tennis player, a competitive tennis player. I'd be overthinking and being a perfectionist in tennis, which is just a disastrous thing to do in that sport because, I mean, for example, Roger Federer, one of the 3 greatest players in the history of the sport, on tour, he won 52% of the points he played. So perfectionism in that area of life is just a fucking death sentence. But it's also a death sentence in every other area of life, and we're going to get into why. But I was that guy. I was that perfectionist. And I was the one who would spend weeks planning things, but never actually act. And so I wouldn't get any results as a result. I wouldn't get any results. I could have said that better. A little short-sighted by me, but I was the guy who would just plan shit and formulate shit and make these ideas but never actually execute because I was scared of what if they go wrong. Motherfucker, they're gonna go wrong. They're gonna go wrong and you're gonna learn why they went wrong and do them right the next time. That's the whole point, but I just didn't understand that. It felt like if I wasn't flawless or if it wasn't flawless, then it's not worth doing. Which you can just see how that's going to create all sorts of problems with taking action. But I reached a point where I realized that my life isn't improving, and it's not because I don't know what to do. It's because I don't have the leeway to let myself be bad at it first. You have to let yourself be bad at it first. Because that's the only way you're ever going to become good at it. That's just a fundamental truth. You have to accept that fact. You have to be willing to be dog shit at something before you can be amazing at it. That is just the way it goes. You have to accept that fact. Let's talk about how perfectionism kills progress. We need to break down the consequences of perfectionism. You procrastinate because you're waiting for the perfect time. Oh, let me run a situation by you and see if this resonates with you. I fucking guarantee you it will. I'll do it at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. comes. You don't do it. Now it's 9:01. Oh, I'll do it at 9:15 a.m. 9:15 hits. But then you do something, you get distracted, now it's 9:17. Oh, can't do it anymore. I'll start it at 9:30. And so on. Excuse me. Yikes. And so on and so on and so on. You're just waiting for the perfect time to do something. Without realizing the perfect time doesn't fucking exist. It's not real. If you ever hear the word perfect, understand what perfect really means is not without flaw. It means without existing. Perfect equals not real. You have to get it into your head that perfection as a concept is an ideal, which means it's impossible to reach. You cannot be perfect. And the problem is our bullshit school system has created created this atmosphere where you can get perfect on a test. You can get 100% on a test. What does that tell a kid? It tells a kid that you can get perfect on anything if you try hard enough, which is just complete fucking horseshit and just a lie. But now you have it in your brain that you can do something perfectly if you study hard enough beforehand. I can go do a workout perfectly if I study enough before. Oh my god. Pause. Hold the phone, let's reset. I can go do a workout perfectly if I study enough beforehand. So what do? You spend 5 hours watching Dr. Mike Israetel talk about how to do every fucking exercise perfectly, and then you start over optimizing and, oh, I can't go yet because I don't know how to do this exercise, or maybe this one's better and this one's going to get me, and you're trying to formulate a better workout. Meanwhile, in the 3 days it's taken you to do that, I've gone and hit fucking push-pull legs. Maybe on 1 or 2 sets I've slacked off, or missed a PR, or done an exercise without 100% full range of motion, but I just made infinity times more progress than you did because you didn't even fucking start, because you're just watching YouTube videos trying to do something perfectly, which just isn't real. You cannot shoot for perfection as a goal because perfection does not exist. It doesn't. Until you get that through your head and until you internalize that perfection is not real, you'll continue to strive for it just out of your own insecurity, not realizing that you're trying to attain something which is fundamentally unattainable. You don't start because it's not ready. Ready is just another concept which is complete horseshit. You'll never be ready for anything. I think it was David Deida in The Way of the Superior Man who said you can never wait for completion of something. Like, you're never going to be ready, you just have to start ASAP. That's the only way. You don't finish because it's never good enough. Yeah, when you do start something, you'll never actually finish it. You're never willing to just release it. Like, say you're trying to write an ebook or something, and you spend so long doing it, you never want to actually just fucking publish the thing because you think it's not good enough. Or maybe you actually finally somehow make the video that you want to make, but you say, oh, this video is not perfect. Motherfucker, look at me. I've stumbled through my words 15 times on this video already. I spent 5 minutes just drinking my Monster Energy. I fumble words. I don't look at the camera sometimes. Who cares? I'm making progress. This video is going to get me more towards my goal, an infinite amount of times multiplied than if you were to just not upload any videos at all. You burn out because you overanalyze every detail. Yeah, this is just being an autistic overthinker again. In life, sometimes you just have to be a retard. You have to be a retard. You have to turn your brain off. Because, again, I can get into this in another video, but more esoteric shit, overthinking is a weapon deployed by the old frequency to stop you from making progress. Ever notice how you overthink whenever you're about to try something new or make a change, and that's because your old frequency is sensing transformation and it's sending overthinking your way to try to get you to stop. It's one of its last weapons for stopping you from entering your desired reality. Shadow Nero knowledge. You hate yourself because you think you should be further ahead. Because you haven't started anything, because you haven't finished anything, because you need everything to be perfect. But guess what? If everything is perfect, then everything isn't fucking real and everything doesn't exist. You miss opportunities because you're too busy polishing drafts no one asked for. Oh, I better edit this script before I record my video. Or you can do what I do, which is just fucking spend a little bit of time drafting up the script, give it a couple of reads over, and then press fucking record and start talking. And actually get some tangible shit made. And then afterwards we'll watch the video and we'll look at comments from people and we'll learn. But that comes after. Study needs to come after action. You have to get that through your head. We take action and then we learn. Not the other way around. You miss opportunities because you're busy. Oh, I just fucking reread a bullet point. Nice one, Ben. Nice one, Ben. Real fucking smooth of me there. Done is better than perfect. Very true. Finished is better than perfect. Accomplished is better than perfect. Achieved is Yikes. Achieved is better than perfect. Everything is better than perfect because everything is better than nothing, because perfect is nothing because it's not real. Let's talk about the hidden root of perfectionism. We want to find out where it comes from, and we want to help you understand yourself more. It can come from childhood conditioning. If you were rewarded for being the smart one or the perfect one, now that pressure is going to be kept up for you to maintain that image at all times in everything you do. Even though that's all it is. It's just an image. It's just an illusion. Nothing more, nothing less. School systems that punish mistakes. This is just another one of the billion reasons why the fucked up, terrible education system we have for kids nowadays in North America is just fucking ruining them. It's just ruining them. Teaching them no tangible skills, teaching them nothing about life. It's just indoctrination and memorization of bullshit facts that you're never going to use. They don't reward kids for being good learners. They don't reward kids for being good studiers. They don't reward kids for their effort and trying their hardest. They reward kids who are good at fucking memorizing bullshit facts that they're never actually going to use. It's pretty disgusting, and it's ruining a bunch of kids' potential. Absolutely fucking horrible. The education system nowadays is it's just horrible. It's just brutal. It teaches you nothing. It teaches you nothing about succeeding as a human being. Social media comparison. Seeing polished, curated lives make you feel behind. We've all been there, Just remember that the happy couple that just posted their video on social media of them dancing together and being happy all the time, they just they're filing for divorce behind the scenes. They're fucking screaming at each other and throwing plates at each other. One of them's cheating on the other one and they don't even know it. Don't fall for the illusion. That bodybuilder that has that incredible physique, he's blasting steroids every single day. His balls are the size of little fucking raisins. He has fucking anger issues and has punched 5 holes in his wall. That beautiful Instagram model that you're comparing yourself to, she can't eat food without throwing it up. She cries every single time she looks in the mirror because of the perfect image she has to keep up and how impossible it is. She has to wake up and spend 7 hours doing her makeup before a photo shoot. She has hormone issues and fertility issues. Don't fall for this bullshit that people present to you. That guy, that filthy rich guy living in Dubai, He's completely dead broke because he's wasted all of his money renting expensive cars and renting expensive villas that he can't actually afford. Social media is just complete fraudulence. Don't fall for it. Trauma or fear of criticism. Big one. People are scared to be criticized. People are going to criticize you no matter what in life. Just fucking accept it. People are going to judge you no matter what in life. There's no escaping that. There's just no escaping that. Get over yourself. Deep identity wound. If I mess up, I'm not enough. This actually just stems from arrogance, because that's just telling me that you think that you're too good to make mistakes. That's just arrogance. That's all that is. That's saying, oh, I'm too good to make mistakes. Motherfucker, we all make mistakes. Like, shut the fuck up. You arrogant little pussy. I don't want to make mistakes. I'm too good to make errors. I'm too good to mess up. No, you're not. You're just a little fucking wimp. Too scared to make mistakes, especially in front of other people. Perfectionism isn't a behavior problem. It's a belief problem. True. Let's talk about the antidote to perfectionism. We want to show the mindset shifts and create the habits that are going to destroy it. Number one, progress over perfection. It's easy to say that a million times over, but it's actually hard to implement. I'm not going to lie, I really hate these trite quotes that people repeat over and over again. And yes, they are useful, but progress over perfection, that's just not specific in any way. That doesn't give you any actionable step. Yes, it's a good concept, but applying it is basically, it's so vague, you can't actually apply that, so don't worry about that. Set minimum viable goals, e.g. 10 push-ups instead of a perfect workout plan. This is huge. James Clear talks about this in Atomic Habits. Set the bar low and then just exceed the bar. Don't say, I'm going to meditate for 30 minutes every day. Just say, I'm going to meditate, even if it's just for 30 seconds. And just exceed the bar, And don't worry if you don't hit that big goal. Just pass the little goal and you'll build confidence and you'll get better. So Jordan Peterson talks about this. You might just not be setting the bar low enough. Which again just stems from insecurity and arrogance. Treat life like a draft, not the final exam. You have to start experimenting more. You have to be willing to mess up, make mistakes, because it's an important part of life and you're going to learn and you're just going to stumble and adapt over and over again. That's the loop. Create fast, messy output, quantity over quality at first. Look at me, I'm the best example possible of this. I mean, all of my videos, I think this might be my 100th video actually, but the point being, most of my videos are fucking terrible, but we got started and that's all that matters, because now we're making progress. So that's simple. Share your work early, even when it's ugly. This is probably ugly work, but it's getting shared, and I'll get feedback from it, and the next video will be better. That's simple. Celebrate imperfect wins and make failure normal. Just celebrate every win you have, whether it's imperfect or perfect. And yeah, make failure normal. You have to accept it. It's a part of life. Get over yourself. I lost my page there. My bad. Develop self-compassion. Talk to yourself like you would a friend. Honestly, I don't really like that. That's pretty vague. That's not very actionable. Let's talk about some tactical systems we can use to escape perfectionism. These are practical tools that you can implement immediately. So basically, there's no fucking excuse here. You should be doing these right away. If you don't, you've just learned nothing from this video. And you learned nothing from my previous video about application and implementation. Let's talk about the ugly first draft rule. Make version 1 intentionally messy. This is whatever it is. If it's a YouTube video, a podcast episode, if it's a fucking cold approach with a girl, if it's, a meal that you want to cook, intentionally say, this first draft, this first attempt I'm going to do is I'm going to make it dog shit. It's going to intentionally be a pile of shit. You just relieved all the pressure of having to do a good job, and you're going to get started that way. That is a fantastic mindset to have. I'm actually going to implement that today. You know what? That was a fucking fantastic idea. The ugly first draft rule. I think I'm going to make my next cold approach intentionally messy. That is an incredible idea. We can use the Pomodoro plus publish technique. Set a timer, do work, and then ship whatever you made at the end of the timer. This is going to cut off the perfectionism completely. So set a timer for 1 hour, fucking write some shit maybe, and then at the end of that timer, no matter where you are in the writing, just fucking post it immediately. Forget about finishing it, just fucking post whatever you did. Have an accountability partner. This is big. Find somebody to keep you accountable. This will help you so much because disciplining yourself is very hard. It's way easier when you just have someone there to discipline you. Get a training partner for the gym, No matter what it is you're going to do, tell somebody you're going to do it and then have them keep you on track. Have a momentum tracker. Track actions, not outcomes. Big. Don't track whether you did shit well, just track whether you did shit. And an affirmation for you, a daily affirmation. I'd rather be consistent than perfect. True, consistency is alchemy. Consistency is alchemy. That's what's going to change your life, not perfectionism. Look, I know the urge to make it perfect feels real, but perfectionism is the enemy of growth. You don't become great by doing it perfectly. You become great by doing it repeatedly. Start messy, start scared, start small, but start anyways. Here's your challenge. Post something imperfect today. Send that message, share that project, take that risk. Let the world see your rough edges because that's where your real strength lives. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope to see you back here again in the next video. Peace.